Today did a bit of a parts run. We got some new goodies for the E46. I had to visit a couple shops to pick up some parts for the E46. We're putting this guy together. She's not much to look at the moment, but yeah. We did some filming yesterday with Freddie and Ken. I'm sure you saw that video already, and if you didn't, check out the last video. So I'm gonna get started and open up the garage, and it's time to assemble some stuff. All right, just unloaded the car. We're gonna be doing a little bit of spray painting, but here she is. So some parts that came in today, we got the bash bars from DriftHQ. Shout out to Adam LZ and Jesse over at DriftHQ for helping me outsource this. So Chuck from ShowStoppersUSA, I've been not only a friend, but actually a loyal customer for the past 20 years. When I got into cars, he was actually the first shop that I visited, and he actually installed my front lip on my Honda Accord. It's quite embarrassing. He charged me $100 to install my Mugen style front lip, and it was literally, I believe it was no more than 3 like self taps that they did. You know, I'll give them credit. They did probably 5 self taps, but 1 in the center, 2 on the sides, and I paid $100. Not foolishly, but I was young and I was scared, and I was like, oh man, I want Showstoppers to install my fake Mugen lip. So yeah, but ever since then, we became really good friends, and I love supporting his business. He's one of the OGs. If you ever need car parts, anything, even a helmet. I ordered a Sparkle helmet from him earlier. He's your go-to guy, but he was able to source the Save-On Carbon hood. I think that's how you install it. And then we got the Save-On Carbon trunk. We're gonna get that in today. And there's still a lot of work to be done. We also have some new brakes coming from R1 Concept. Shout out to Paul and Rex over at R1. So far, the whole interior is almost gutted. Gutted enough. I may take out the sound deadening at some point. I did want to retain the carpet just because I think it's just the little bit of nice that I can keep left in here. We're gonna put back the dash. We might be trimming a couple of pieces. I still got AC in the sucker, so I'm gonna keep that in there. And then obviously I have the headlight controls, but everything that is not vital we'll be removing. Maybe even take out some of this foam if it isn't needed. We got a couple cans of Steel-It. We're gonna be painting the bash bars. I'm still debating if I want to do it in silver or black. I'm kind of leaning more towards silver, so we'll see how that goes. Damn, look at that. I knew these lights would come in handy. All right, so what we're gonna do is lay the carbon onto the table so I can prep a single bolt. Luckily, on the top of the stock hinges, you're able to insert 2 of them, so you can just insert it in place and then you just put the other 2 bolts in. Ah! That would have been a really bad and funny blooper. While I'm unwrapping this, you know, I would love to thank, again, Chuck at Showstoppers. He has supported me for the last 20 years. Every time I need a car part, no hesitation, helps me out right away. Well, I'm pretty sure I can thank him because I do close my tab. It might not be on time, but I close my tab all the time. Whenever I need stuff, he just gets it out quickly to me and at the fastest time possible. I've worked with a lot of car shops in the past where, you know, sometimes I'll just like, oh, I'll just see how this guy is, just to, you know, I live a little far from Showstoppers. Sometimes I'll, you know, order from other friends, but Chuck has literally been the best and is the best. Again, if you ever need car parts, check out ShowStoppersUSA. There's nothing ever to complain about them. So again, thank you, Chuck. So when you buy stuff from Save-On, if you buy a hood or trunk, they'll usually put wood pieces right at the hinges, just so there's no damage to that area. And you know, if you need to stand it up or whatever, but you just need to remove that. And then I believe you can use the stock bolts that come equipped on the E46, but I'm gonna determine that as soon as I look at both. What I do love about this particular trunk is that it doesn't have a keyhole, so everything that I didn't want from the OEM trunk, I can put it into here. There's one tab that was kind of blocking it from going all the way in, so I kind of just trimmed it because I don't think it's like an essential piece until I actually need it to be essential. It was essential until it wasn't. Alright, just got done putting on the inner lights on the Save on Carbon trunk. Now it's time to put it on that guy. Oops, where we're going, we don't need that piece. Over. Thank you BMW for putting in these slots. Alright, I'm not going to tighten them too much because I'm sure there's some type of alignment that I need to work on. Just confirming there's no latch because I don't have a key to this, and I think the trunk switch is malfunctioning at the moment. Alright, we got a huge gap on the right, but minimal on the left, so bring it back up. So I'm going to shift it over a little that way. Alright, I'm happy with that fitment. We're going to go tighten it down. I am not going to be putting a trunk latch on here because I have the trunk springs that are going to be coming, so it's going to be more of a quick release style. Alright, got the whole wiring harness inside. There you have it. Save on Carbon CSL trunk. I think it looks amazing. I know we didn't really see what the stock trunk looked like, but just trust me, it's faded like the rest of the car. Alright, so now that we have the trunk on, it's time to put on the hood. Smooth. Not much prep on this one. I think it's just taking out the plastic, taking off the wood that is at the bottom of all their hoods when you buy them. I wasn't aware that it doesn't come with a grill, so I may have to purchase a new one. I do have the stock grills, but they're a little old, a little brittle. And nothing but the finest tools. We got a Milwaukee 3/8 and Harbor Freight socket. Living the dream. Okay, I strongly advise against doing this, but I don't have anybody here at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower it just a little bit at matching angles. I wonder if I can balance this on my head. Yes, I can do it. Gather yourself, you can do this. Target acquired, got it. Target acquired. Still got it, got it. I did it. It's not seated in 100%, but yeah. Woo! It looks pretty good, but it's not tightened down. So again, not much to look at overall, but this hood is much nicer than the OE was. As much as I don't want to cover it, while we have the carbon, we're going to end up wrapping the whole vehicle at some point, but it's a much cleaner surface than the OE hood. The OE hood, the paint said by about 5, 6, 7 years ago, so this is looking wonderful. Now what's annoying me, but it shouldn't annoy me too much, headlights are yellowed, but they're not yellowed because it didn't happen naturally. The previous owner did have them wrapped in yellow. The car was sitting for the last 14 months, so I think the yellow just kind of disappeared in a while, but so it's like a yellow tint. Not horrible, but I would love some new headlights, even though they may get destroyed, but. All right, next things next, we have the bash bars that I ordered from DriftHQ. Again, shout out to Jesse, Adam LZ for taking care of me on this. I did pay, but the quality of service to getting from DriftHQ was top notch. Yeah, so I believe these are the True Force bash bars. I got them equipped with the jack points on both front and rear. What we're gonna do right now is strip it apart, and then I'm going to take it outside, put in a couple seesaws. We're gonna hit it with some silver steel it, so prevent the rust and make it look good. I want to paint it, but I want to be able to paint it without, so like if I miss the spot, then I really want to make sure that I'm able to move it the least amount so it doesn't look uneven or it looks like I just coated in a random spot. All right, like I said, we're gonna hit it with some Steal It. Steal It. I don't know if you're using the tagline already, but if you're not, you're welcome. I just want a lifetime supply of this stuff. Thank you. Okay, so the True Focus fabrication bash bars are done. Earlier I made a mistake on the name, I apologize. But they're all nice and dry now. We applied some Steal It on it, so one, they won't rust, and two, it has a solid coating on it for a nice color. I decided to go with gray. I had black option and gray, but for the overall color that we're doing, I think this is what I wanted. So they're right over there. I'm about to apply it to the front bumper and then put it on. It's in. It's in. It's alive. So funny part is I'm actually also streaming on Twitch right now. I just jumped off the sim because I was waiting. I was literally waiting for paint to dry. So I actually have two audiences at the moment. Yeah, whoever's watching, I am also recording for YouTube. All right, the True Focus fabrication bash bar is in. I did get this equipped with the tow hook tab right over there, as well as the bumper tab. So I do want to get at least the front bumper on here. For now, I think our first track day, we're just gonna run it as is. Rear bumper, I'm not gonna have, so it's just gonna be a rear bash bar. All right, so now we're at the rear of the car. I'm gonna put on the rear bash bar. I think that's pretty much it for tonight. I do have the roof delete, which I also got from DriftHQ. I'll probably do that tomorrow because I actually don't have the fittings that I need. Also, we have to hunt for the holes, so it did not come pre-drilled. I'm just gonna have to whip something up and hopefully I get it right. But for now, let's get the bash bar in. There she is. Rear bash bar in by True Focus Fabrication. Looks solid, I love it. I especially wanted to make sure that I got the jack points because I'm what you call lazy, and I hate finding jack points and going under the car this way, and hopefully I don't actually crash into people and bend it, but that way it can change out tires, wheels, whatever, as quick as possible. All right, well, there you have it, all done. Well, as much as I can do. There's a couple things I gotta get finished up on this, which is the sunroof delete. I gotta figure out how to put that in. Really no instructions, and also we have to kind of find our own holes to run through to the stock holes that are on the roof. Probably throw the wheels on tonight, or actually I'm gonna go into the interior at some point to just do some more cleanup. We are getting brand new brakes from R1 Concept. Just a couple more items and she's almost good to go. We got a lot of things done in the last couple of days. Still missing a few items, but I think we're almost good to go. Let's see, we got both Sparkos in. We got a Sparko Evo 2 that I picked up online. Not online, sorry. I found it on off-road actually, locally. And then took a quick visit to ShowStoppers. We were able to get some harnesses. We got that all in. Shout out to Chuck at ShowStoppers for getting me this in literally 24 hours. I needed to get safety equipment in here because I actually got invited to a private AVS day, Apple Valley Speedway. Yeah, I just needed to get this thing ready. Johnny Grinwall, but they invited some of us to actually enjoy the track. So no better time than now to actually say yes, right? We get the track for about, I think, 10 to 12 hours and only about 5 drivers. Perfect. This is the perfect day to start whatever I'm gonna do. So I can take my time, I can kind of study the track, see what I can do. I do have a challenge for myself, and that's to link it within the first 5 laps. So, can I do it? I don't know, but we'll see. But in the meantime, like I said, couldn't get the roll bar on time, but I got a harness bar Shout out to my buddy Darren, Lucas, and Jason for getting me this NRG harness bar. I literally called them up that day and I said, hey, I need it, and they were able to get it to me right away. So thank you to those guys. All right, I'm gonna do kind of like a last minute shakedown right now. And we're just gonna do a parking lot shakedown just to make sure there's nothing loose anymore. Oh. Whew. Alright, there's some noise still coming from the back, gotta figure out what that is. A lot of noise. There's people coming down. So the road that I'm driving the car on right now is actually private. It is to my industrial complex. So it's safe for me to drive this without getting a ticket. But a guy just pulled into our lot and I don't want to freak him out thinking that I'm a drunk driver. All right, cool. All the sounds are gone. So as I mentioned earlier, there was a bunch of sounds that I was hearing, which had to do with a lot of the excess wiring that we're not using anymore. I did not cut or do anything stupid of that nature. So I ended up just tucking everything, but some stuff got loose. Oh, there it is. New sound. New sound unlocked. I think that's the actual taillight cover. Yep, it's the taillight cover. Oh no! It's the taillight, the center taillights.